Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am Jennifer Hardy, and you're listening to the Unstoppable Podcast Show. Today, I am joined by the beautiful Megan Frasier. How are you doing, Megan?
Good. How are you, Jen?
Excellent, really well. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on today and chatting with me. I'm really looking forward to this episode. So, Megan, you have a beautiful business which is called With Love Megan, and you do a lot to do with self care, self love. And we are going to chat about that today because still to some people that might sound a bit kind of woo. It might sound like what even is self-love? Like
hmm
is it indulgent? These kind of things when especially when I speak to people about, how in love with yourself are you? And they're like, well, that's really big headed. That why would I want to love myself? Still to this day, people don't understand the importance of it. So I'm really looking forward to this chat. So tell me a little bit more, Megan, about your business and how it actually came about.
Yeah. My business is really exactly like what you're saying, just really focused on self-love, self-care. I think that I have three pillars of my business, and it's really mindset. I think that's so important. If we don't have our minds right, I think often other things can't fall into line no matter how hard we try. And then self-love is my second pillar, self-love and self-care. If we're trying to continually go from an empty cup, if we're totally burnt out, totally overwhelmed, we just kind of are spinning our wheels. And then my third pillar is life by design. We all want to have a life that we can't wait to wake up and start living, right? But I think sometimes we get so caught up in just checking off the boxes, doing the things that we're supposed to be doing, getting things done that we need to be doing. We forget about making ourselves happy. And then, we sometimes then make the other people around us unhappy.
Yeah.
So that's really the basis of my business.
Excellent, amazing. And when did you start this business?
I started it in the early months of this year, actually.
Amazing, excellent. So it's still young, but obviously totally booming, which is amazing. So talk to me
Yeah.
a little bit about your own journey with self-love as well. Have you always had this incredible faith and belief in just, this beautiful ability to put yourself first and to love yourself, or has that been a bit of a journey?
Yeah, it's actually, been a journey for myself. And I wish, I had a coach or a program like this for myself, 3 or 4 years ago when I was starting my own self love journey. I had my own struggles and my own hardships, and I was putting myself on the back burner. I was really struggling myself, and I didn't really even know at the time how burnt out I was. I think I would work myself to the point of exhaustion and just keep going and keep going until I would physically get sick sometimes. And it would happen, not all the time, but just, finally it would hit me. And sometimes I would get so sick, I wouldn't even be able to get out of bed for like a week or so. And so sometimes my friends would bring me stuff or help take my dog out to the bathroom. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even like live like this, when I was going through school or I was going through divorce. And um, I was going through some times of anxiety and having some situational depression. And I had never really had times like that. And so I just really had to take a step back, and I was like, I can't keep doing this. This is just not me. This is not my ideal life. I'm not taking care of myself properly. I need to get back on track. And so how can I do that best? And so I just really took, took a radical turn and dove into every single thing. And some things I'd never even heard of before. And some people, were like, oh, that seems kind of woo woo, but it just was things that were totally transformational for me. So I started reading tons of personal development books. I would listen to audiobooks in the car all the time, going to work, coming home, sitting in traffic. And that totally helped me see things in a different way. I'd wake up every morning and start my morning. I even still to this day have a morning ritual. So I wake up and I set my day off with positive intentions. And I start with a gratitude practice, and I do a bless and release practice, and just try to really let things go that aren't serving me. And I really like to do that, with some essential oils diffusing or whatever, however I'm feeling. And then, pull a positive affirmation and just really set the tone for the day. And I just think that, that totally changes things. And too, when I was studying, I was so anxiety filled. Like I had never felt like that before. And I just felt, all of the things that I kind of had held on from my past were filling my brain with negative self-talk and self-sabotage. And so I dove into studying crystals and just studying things and putting positive energy in my life in just ways I had never done before. And it was just so life-changing. So I just wanted to, share that with other people and other women. And it was so amazing. And it's just amazing to see other transformations as well.
Amazing. Excellent. And what would you say if you were to literally break down the word self-love? What does it mean for you?
I think it just means, for me, really, it's self-discovery and self-transformation, as well as, it's just the bigger picture.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it means for me. And not always going along with other people's agendas, like being able to say, no, that doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make me feel aligned. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit this one out, and being able to say no has been a huge one for me. I don't know if you're the same, but
Yes.
no to
Mm-hmm.
things that don't really serve you. I was just always such a people pleaser, and that's probably a lot of the ways I ended up, getting myself in situations where I was working far too much and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ever say no.
I was exactly the same way.
It's so hard, and then you feel guilty when you do say no. So letting go of that's been a massive one for me. That's
Yeah.
a massive kind of self-love tick, if you like, of me just being able to say, okay, I'm going to say no. I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I'm just going to say no, and that's okay, and you're allowed to do that. So do you feel the same? Did you have that as well?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I did that so many times. And I was always saying yes. And I think that's one of the ways I got into that, that situation of making myself sick or making myself, I was always like, oh, I'll help you, or I'll take this on, or I'll do so many things. And I just couldn't do everything. And so I had to learn that, learn my limitations and learn what I needed to do to take care of myself. And it wasn't selfish. And that's exactly funny that you say that, guilt.
Yeah.
Because I think often, we as women, we're so caring and we're so nurturing. And, we often, have children or, put other people first, put our families first. And associate self-love or self-care with the word guilt. And when we look up guilt in the dictionary, that is associated with the word crime. And isn't that so crazy? And, it's definitely, when we think about it, it's not a crime, right? To pursue our passions or our dreams or even our health, right? Or building a business or doing all those things for ourselves. That's not a criminal act, right? And implementing self-development or self-care or, a morning ritual, nothing about that is a crime. And so I think it's just really a mindset shift. Just making that shift is so powerful. And I think that also, once we shift that mindset away from guilt and feeling selfish to make our lives better, it's not only going to change us, but then, our children will see that. It will create confidence in them, create a legacy, just allow for more freedom, more memories, and more positivity, just period, in our lives. I think it's just huge.
Amazing. Excellent. So tell me a little bit about the things that you've got going on within your business then as well. I know that you have got, is it Spark Your Self Love? Is that the name of your next new course?
Yeah, so that is my new course that I'm launching, and I'm really excited about that.
Awesome.
It's just really designed to help women overcome their fears to design a life they love. It's my first group course, and it's really designed around women that are looking to step into their power and to create a transformation in their lives. And just really to begin working through their fears, and their obstacles that they might be facing to create their dream life and their life by design. So, I just really do believe that life is just too short. That we often are debilitated by our fears, or we're just too afraid to take the next step. And so I think it's really time, to wake up and start living each day to the fullest. And so that's really what this course is about, to start each day with intention and with love, and, to start implementing these habits for success, whatever that might look like for you. And, I think too, like, especially, and I've been experiencing this, but, community is so powerful. And so bouncing these ideas off of each other and collaboration, I think it's just going to be a really fun passion project. So I'm really excited about it.
Excellent, amazing. And you've got something as well, something else very exciting coming up, don't you?
Yes, the book.
Look, amazing.
Yes, it is so exciting. It's such a fun.
I'm so excited as well. But I'm going to let you actually talk about it, Megan, if that's all right. So tell me a little bit about what this book is, and yeah, and how excited you are about being able to actually share your story in print.
Yeah, it is. I feel like a once in a lifetime experience. It's called She is Unstoppable, and it's a collaboration with 11 other women. And, it's a global project, and it's just even more than I could have imagined. It's just really shown me truly the power of collaboration, and, opened my eyes to just seeing these women, sharing our stories and helping reach women through our stories. It's just so powerful. And I can't wait to see the project. I've been working on my chapter and sending over edits and pouring my heart and soul into this project. And so, I haven't gotten to read any of the other women's stories, but I just can't wait to see the book. It's so exciting.
No, exactly. This is what I'm really excited about as well. The fact that you don't, you know each other in the space, but you don't know each other's journeys and stories. And I think it's going to be incredible when we put those first personal edits out to you guys, where you can read the entire book first. That's going to be exciting, and I think it's just going to bring you all closer together as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, this has been a once in a lifetime thing for me. I've always wanted to write a book. I've always wanted to obviously collaborate with women. I love women. That's, I'm so empowered to do anything that I can to provide platforms for women to shine and showcase themselves. And so this just felt like a really natural step, not the easiest of steps.
Mm-hmm.
Work.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
But I knew that with the team that was involved, the authors which we had involved, that it was going to be a really supportive space. And it has been. It's been an absolute joy up until now. We obviously launched the book, depending on when you're listening to this, it may already be out there. But we launched the book in November, volume 1 in November of 2018. And we're all super excited. So if you're out there listening, and if you haven't got your hands on it, or if you're not on the wait list, depending on when you're listening to this, get on it or buy it now. All the profits obviously go to, the initial profits go to a couple of charities that we are choosing as a team as well, which is really, really cool. So yeah, amazing. So much exciting stuff happening for you, Megan. What is your big plan over the next couple of years as well? What's your mission, and how are you going to be able to reach people with that mission?
Yeah, my big mission is just to continue to grow and just to really continue to help women transform, just really help them to continue to learn their worth, and to continue to help them really cultivate a radical self-love journey. And it's just really amazing to watch women grow and blossom. Just it just really is hard for me to see women, it's heartbreaking really to see these beautiful, successful, brilliant women just confess, how they feel self-doubt, feel small, have these insecurities. And I just, realizing these women, we all are so similar. We all have fears, we all have insecurities. So, I just really am wanting to continue to grow this space, so we can all realize that we're similar, and just lift each other up, to grow and to make it a safe space, to just realize that we are similar, and we just need to empower each other so we can grow. So that's really my mission. I think it's, we need more of that. We need to empower each other.
Love it. Amazing. Yes, we do. 1,000,000%. So Megan, where can we find you on the online space as well? If we want to get in touch with you or come and have a look at what you are doing, where can we find you?
Yeah, so my Facebook group, it is called Self-Love Junkie Tribe. So you can just search that. And on Instagram, my handle is withlove_Megan.
Excellent. Fantastic. So congratulations on everything you're building, Megan. You've got a beautiful business there, and I know that you're going to help so many women. It's super inspiring what you're doing. So thank you for being a part of the Unstoppable Show today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Jen. I can't wait to continue working with you.
So welcome. Thank you so much. So, anyone that is out there listening, jump over to Megan's platform, to her space, to her website. All you have to do is scroll down a little bit, and all of the links are below. If you obviously want to find out more about me and Unstoppable, again, just below that is the links for us too. And as an extra throw in, we're going to put the links to the She Is Unstoppable social media pages as well to make sure that you know where to find the book. So thank you so much for listening. I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all again. It's a real privilege getting to do these recordings, and it wouldn't be made possible if we didn't have listeners like you out there. So thank you. Continue to share the love if you can. Thank you again, Megan. Have a beautiful day, and we'll speak to you all real soon.
Hi, thanks.